Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah. Before starting the class, actually what Krishna is describing about the universal form in the 11th chapter, the universal form name is called Kala. And what it is in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, what described about the universal form, that is different from. Actually, even Stoka Maharaj said, there are many universal forms are there. In that, most fearsome form is the Kala form. What Lord Krishna is shown to Arjuna. That is a more fearsome form. Let's see the presentation. First, I'll chant. All of you can repeat. Rudraditya Vasavo Yecha Sadhya Vishve
Vasavo Yeche Sadhya
Vishve Avishno Marutas Choshamanascha
Marutas Chosamapascha
Gandharva Yakshashura Siddha Sangha
Gandharva Yakshasura Siddha Sangha
Vikshante Tvam Vishmitam Shaiva Sarve
Vikshante Tvam Vismitas Chaiva Sarve.
Yeah. Translation. The different manifestations of Lord Shiva. Rudra means Lord Shiva. Actually, there are 11 Rudras are there and 12 Adityas are there. And the different manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vashus, and the Sadhyas, then Vishwadevas, and the 2 Ashwini Kumaras, the Maruts, and the forefathers, and the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, Asuras, and all perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder. See, when Krishna is shown this form, not only Arjuna saw this one, but all other demigods, all these people also have seen this form. But we may get one doubt. For Arjuna is unable to see this universal form, but Krishna has given a Divya Chakshushu, a transcendental eyes to witness this universal form. But nowhere it's mentioned that for Lord Shiva, Adityas, and others, Ashwini Kumaras and all, it has not given. Then how they have seen? See, if you compare with the human body and the demigod's body, demigods are little more qualified than human beings materially. Some demigods, some demons also, they can see the sound form. See, when I'm speaking, I can only, all of you can hear, that's all. But all of you cannot see the form of the sound. But their demigods, they can see this form of the sound. See, their dimensions, their way of seeing is different from us. We should not compare with us. Because Arjuna came to this material world, he has taken birth in this earthly planet. So he's also like a human being is acting. That's why Arjuna has required Divya Chakshushu. But all others are, by nature, they are devotees. Devotees, they already got this Divya Chakshushu. Now you may ask question, Arjuna also a devotee. Why Arjuna required again Divya Chakshushu? Because Arjuna required Divya Chakshushu because Arjuna is temporarily put under illusion. All of you know this one, right? To speak Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was temporarily put under illusion. So because of that, a special eyes had been required. Otherwise, for devotees, there is no need of any special eyes for seeing the Lord's universal form. That is for pure devotees telling, not like me or like anybody else. Okay? But all these demigods, they also witnessed this universal form. And Ushamapaha refers to Pitrus who drink steam, Ushma. And Shruti says, Ushma Bhagha hi Pitaraha. The Pitrus take the steam. Okay, and we'll go to second verse. Rupam mahatte bahuvaktam netram
Rupam mahate bahuvaktra netram
mahabaho bahu bahurupadam
mahabaho
महाबाहो
bahubahudam
बहुबाहुरुपादं
bahudaram bahudamshtra karalam
bahudaram
बहुदंष्ट्राकरालं
bahudamshrakaralam
दृष्ट्वा लोक प्रव्यातीतस्तताहम्
drishtva loka
दृष्ट्वा
pravyatitastataham.
लोकप्रव्यथितास्तताहम्.
Yeah, let's see translation. The translation is, O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your many faces, eyes, arms, bellies, and legs, and your terrible teeth. And as they are disturbed, so I am. See, for us, if you see a 10-headed man, a 15-headed man, what you'll feel? He has got big teeth. Like that, if you have seen, we'll get scared. Like that, see Krishna's own universal form. It's not like 10 head, 15 head, no. Unlimited heads, infinity of heads are there. Everywhere heads are there, everywhere arms are there, everywhere bellies are there, like that. Like that form, after seeing this form, all the demigods are started terrible. They becoming terrible and they got disturbed. So Arjuna is telling, like them, I am also got disturbed. Prabhupada says, no. The thing is that Bahuvaktram Bahudaram, that means Bahu persons, many persons, all persons. What is that? Giriraja, Rupam, form. Prabhupada, form. First thing is form, although Virat, but it includes so many forms. Then Giriraja, Bahu arms, Prabhupada, arms. He is exhibiting many, the same formula. Eko Bahu Sham, then Giriraja, Bahu Damshta, Prabhupada. Many bellies means a personal form. Damshta Karalam, Giriraja translation. O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your many faces, eyes, arms, bellies, and legs, and your terrible teeth. And as they are disturbed, so I am. Prabhupada. The sorry, the Kala Rupa, this is called Kala Rupa. Prabhupada is speaking about universal form in the morning walk conversation that has taken and it presented. Because they are all the demigods, Arjuna, they have seen what they have never seen in their lifetimes. It's so terrible. The form is so ghastly. That form, after seeing that, everyone got disturbed. Normally, the devotees realizes presence of God by devotional service, whereas the atheist realizes the presence of God in the shape of a death. At death, everything is finished, and one has to begin a new chapter of life in a new situation, perhaps higher or lower than the last one. In any field of activity, political, social, national, or international, the result of our actions will be finished with the end of life. That is sure. See, if devotee normally he realizes the God by doing devotional service, like Bhishma Deva realized, or any other devotees realizes the God just by doing devotional service, just by serving spiritual master, just by serving the deities, they realize about the God. But atheists, they don't realize at the entire lifetime, but they realize at the time of death. You can see the down two forms like Yamaraja and all the death personified, like that ghastly forms. After seeing that, they realize. But we devotees, we should not wait till that time. We should realize before the Lord. Then next sloka, 11.24. Nabha sprusham deeptam aneka varnam
नभः स्पृशं दीप्तम् अनेकवर्णम्
vyaktanam deepta vishala netram
व्यक्तानं दीप्तविशालनेत्रम्
दृष्ट्वा हि त्वां प्रव्यातितान्तर आत्मा
दृष्ट्वा हि त्वां प्रव्याथितान्तरात्मा
धृतिं न विदामि समं च विष्णो
धृतिं न विन्दामि समं च विष्णु.
Translation. O all-pervading Vishnu, I can no longer maintain my equilibrium. Seeing your radiant colors fill the skies and beholding your eyes and mouths, I'm afraid. In this verse, Arjuna is telling, see, after seeing all these many faces, many radiant colors filling the sky, after seeing many mouths and eyes, I'm afraid. And in that same, continuing to the last conversation, actually that conversation happened in between Prabhupada and his disciples and Dr. Patel in the Mumbai. Dr. Patel is telling at the same time, all the gods were seeing the same thing. Prabhupada, Vishnu. The word has been used, all pervading forms. It does not mean that because all pervading, there is no form. Form is there always. So normally, many impersonalists says that Lord doesn't have a form. But here we are learning Krishna has got a form. Even Krishna's external energy universe, that also has got a universal form. That's what we are discussing. Now, I'll just tell a story. God is in charge. Let's leave the decision to the God. There used to be a famous doctor. I forgot the doctor name. Maybe Dr. Amar, something like that. I forgot. He's actually a best surgeon related to brain. Once, I think he lives in Mumbai and he's traveling to Calcutta. Because in Calcutta, there is a function to award him for the lifetime achievement award, and they are going to do some function and they are going to give an award, lifetime achievement award, something like that. So he started traveling from Mumbai to Calcutta in a flight. Then the flight got flew. Then after some time, because of some technical errors and technical reasons, the flight again landed in Mumbai. And they announced it's because of weather reasons, some technical reasons, we are canceling the flight. So the doctor thought, I think from Calcutta, Mumbai to Calcutta, how much road travel is there? I think few hours. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe 8-9 hours, something like that. Okay. Then he thought, okay, I'll take a taxi and I'll go. Then he booked a taxi and he started traveling. After some time, a big storm came in between. Then, because in that storm also the driver got fired up, he's driving left and right, he's going. After traveling some time, the car got breakdown. Then he's seeing actually nearby no place is there. Actually seeing this side, that side, full some trees are there, some greenery is there, no workshops are there, no car mechanics are there, no person is there. But the doctor could see nearby there is one house. He thought, okay, in that house, at least if some phone is there, if some phone is there, I'll go there and I'll call to Calcutta. At least I got stuck in this one and I'll come little late, something like that. And he thought, and he approached that house. And there one lady, old lady, she's standing outside the gate. Then he asked, outside means in the corridor somewhere she's standing. Then he approached her and asked, actually, I'm traveling like this, so I want to make a call. So can I use your telephone? Actually, maybe this happened long back when mobiles were not there. So she said, actually, we are very poor, my sir, my dear sir, we are very poor. That's why we can't afford telephone and we don't have any phone in our house. But you please come. You came in this storm. Please come inside our house and have a cup of tea or coffee, something like that. She offered. Then the doctor entered the house. Then what happened? Then her husband is there. One son is there. Their son is there. Then they offered a coffee. Then the doctor rang the. Then it's they are invited in for a prayer. Because they are devoted, they are Krishna consciousness. They are every day morning and evening they'll do kirtan in front of the deities. They invited him. He said, doctor said, see, actually I'm an atheist. I don't believe all these things and so I don't want to come. Then her husband told, see, irrespective of your belief or not, God is everywhere. God is so great. God only created all of us. So you please come, like that. He started requesting, but he's not convinced with these statements. Still, her husband is not left like that. Again, he requested, see, God has created these trees, all these things, and He's created our food also, and He created all this universe, everything. So we should be thankful to Him. We should do pray all these things. He started telling. Still, the doctor is not agreed with the statements and he was a little resistant to come and attend the kirtans and all. So at the time when these talks are going on, doctor has seen their son is little not well behaving. They asked what happened, and they explained some technical terminology, some name. See, that problem is there. So my son is got these things. His left cerebellum has to be shifted to right side, right has to be shifted to left side, something like that. And we approached nearby town and all. They said this one it's very difficult to do. It can be done only in the Mumbai. There, some Dr. Amar, somebody is there, only he can do. Then after I told to my wife that, see, we cannot afford to go to Mumbai and we cannot afford all these pieces and all. If God is pleased with us, if God want to help us, He want to remove this stress and all, may Lord help us. The doctor only comes to our house and he'll knock our house. That time we'll see, like that I said. Then the doctor got surprised because her husband is speaking about none other than he himself. He is the Dr. Amar. So he got shocked like that. God is in charge of everything. Let's leave the decision to God. They thought like that. And then the doctor himself came. Now he started doctor thinking, see, morning I get into flight. Somehow because of technical flight came down. Again, I took a taxi. Storm suddenly came in this weather. Like that, he started contemplating and he started thinking, oh, Lord is there. Like that, he got convinced. Okay. Now let's go to the other verse. Damstra karalani chate mukhani.
कालानि च ते मुखानि
कराणि च ते मुखानि
दृष्ट्वैव कलानला सन्निभानि
दृष्ट्वैव कलानला सन्निभानि
सन्निधानि
दिशो न जाने लाभ्ये च शर्मा
दिशो न जाने न लाभे
दिशो
च
न
शर्मा
जाने न लाभे च शर्मा
प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास.
प्रसीद देवेश
प्रसीद
जगन्निवास.
देवेश जगन्निवास.
Translation: O Lord of the Lord, O refuge of the worlds, Please be gracious to me. I can't keep my balance, seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth in all directions. I am bewildered. See, one will get bewildered by seeing the universal form, all these things. So, if you want to be in Krishna consciousness, if you want to develop, this is the ABCD, this is recommended. A means association. We should always be in the association of the devotees. See, if you do devotional service, it will got some effect. But if you do devotional service in the association, the effect is increased much multiplication times it got increased. See, sometimes even if you got lacan, the other devotees they'll take you. Vaishnava Acharya also said, Sangye chelo means go with the association. Even if you got became little weak, not materially, not health wise, in the spiritual life, if you became little weak and all, other devotees they'll take you with them. So we should always do our devotional service in the association. Then, not only doing devotional service means not just chanting and offering food to Krishna and just honoring prasadam. Not only that, and we should also read scriptures. There is a saying in English that one who cannot, one who don't read is no. I forgot exactly. I'll tell the essence. One who cannot read, anybody cannot read. But one who can read books is useless if he cannot read the books. Like that. Exactly. I forgot the exact saying. C means chanting. Of course, chanting is very important until unless one chants this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Without chanting this mantra, it's very difficult to clean your brain and mind, everything, and it's very difficult to go back home, back to Godhead. So it's recommended for the Kali Yuga people, Kalau tad dharinama kirtanam, the only process for spiritual upliftment in the Kali Yuga is Harinama Sankirtan. That we all know, we should also chant. And D means deity worship. D means sometimes diet also. The diet means we should only take prasadam of Krishna. That includes in deity worship also. So Prabhupada has given all these four for us. If in your home deity is not there, at least worship a picture of a Lord Krishna and Radharan. That is also sufficient. If you cannot afford to worship, Prabhupada says, you just keep a glass of water and a tulasi in it. And that offer to the Lord and keep it near to the altar. Next day morning, you honor that prasada. If any new people are coming, initially we don't suggest them, you do everything, you cook without onion, garlic and everything you offer. But anybody can offer a glass of water to the deity. So we recommend them, yeah, please offer a glass of water and honor that water every day. That is also taking prasadam. We'll just see a lecture of Prabhupada.
So, past, present, future, you exist. The body changes. Is it not clear? That's clear. Okay. So therefore, the conclusion that when he not have this body, he will have another body. You are sitting here. If you don't sit here, you go. That does not mean you are sitting, opportunities lost. You are sitting here. You sit somewhere. Similarly, the change of body is going on. Therefore, the conclusion is that after you give up this body, you'll have another birth, as you have already done. What is the difficulty to understand?
The same difficulty is that one while the body is out of the goal.
Different body must be different. Therefore, that is called change of body. Unless it is a different body, what is the change?
The memory is there, the born, and or the spirit is there.
The memory, sometimes we may not remember. Just like this child, he may not have memory when he was very small, but you have got memory. You know, when he was a small child, you are doing something, or something. He was playing with some cats and dogs, but he does not remember that. But you remember it. So, simply because he has forgotten, does that mean that the incidences are not present? So this argument is not very strong because I cannot remember. We do not remember so many things. Huh? But the fact is this, that you are changing from this body to this body to this body. Therefore the conclusion should be, after this body I will accept another body. And that's the fact. As you have accepted in this life from one body to another body, there is a process how to accept. Similarly, under the same process, you accept another body when this body is no longer useful. Just like at night, you give up this body, you take your subtle body and you go somewhere. You are sitting in your room, but you are working in a different place. Don't you do that? So, because this body is still useful, therefore you come to back again this body, and in the morning you wake up with this body. So death means when this body is useless, you do not come to this body, you accept another body. This is called death. That subtle body takes you from this body to the womb of another mother by nature's direction. That this soul shall get this kind of body. So the soul is entered the womb of another mother's body. And then the body is prepared by the mother's blood and flesh. And when the body is sufficiently capable of working itself, then it comes again and begins its work. This is birth and death. The soul is eternal. Therefore, a sober man should think, why should I change my body? Why this trouble I shall take? That is human sense. When if I am eternal, why not my eternal body? Eternal existence, why shall I die? This is human sense. Unless one comes to this understanding, he is animal. Because animal, by nature's law, is going on. He does not know. Then a human form of body, when you understand that I'll have to change this body, I'll have to get another body, then the question is what kind of body I shall get. That is human intelligence. By nature's way, we are getting body, but that is on the selection of the nature according to my work. If I work like animal, I get animal body. If I work as demigod, I get demigod body. If I act as trees, then you get tree body. If you acted like dog, you get dog's body. Nature's way. Therefore you find so many varieties of body. This philosophy does not appeal.
So the next slokas are 26 and 27. Amicha tvam dhritarashtrasya putra sarve saheva. Sorry, I'll read myself because time is less. Amicha tvam dhritarashtrasya putra sarve sahevani falasangai Bhishmo drona suta putra tatasau saha samidyair apiyoda mukhyai vaktrani te tvara tvaramana vishanti damshtra karalani bayalakani kechid vilangna dashanatrareshu sandrishyante shurnitair uttamanagai. Translation: all the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings and Bhishma, Drona and Karna and all our soldiers are rushing into your mouths, their heads smashed by your fearful teeth. I see that some are being crushed between your teeth as well. See, this is an indication that Arjuna will emerge victorious in battle despite heavy losses on both sides. Not only will the great warriors of the other parties like Bhishma be smashed, but some of the great warriors of Arjuna's side also. Prabhupada, leaders, they are entering into mouths of the Kala just like insects. But although within their lifetime, they were very big leaders, but they are entering into the mouths of the Kala just like insects and flies. That's it. Dr. Patel, death, Prabha. Yes, no. How to stop this forceful entering into the mouth of Kala? Just like a very good example. When there is a fire and all the insects and flies, fat, that's it. Attracted by the beauty. Similarly, all these big leaders being attracted, they have been described in Bhagavad Gita. Bahir Arthamanina. They are thinking this beautiful nature has everything. There is nothing other thing. Actually, they think that only this body itself, after the body is ended, nothing else is there. Normal leaders think like that. So that they don't take care anything about the soul. They'll just take care about the body. Related to that, we'll just see a small story.
Once upon a time, there was a king with 4 wives. One day, the king got sick and was on his deathbed. Afraid of being in the afterlife alone, he asked his 4th wife, who he loved the most, and bought her diamonds and gold and elegant clothing. He asked her, would you die with me and go with me to the afterlife? The 4th wife replied, I'm sorry, I can't do that, and walked away. He also loved his 3rd wife and was very proud and would always show her off to neighboring kingdoms. So he called on his 3rd wife and asked, would you accompany me to the afterlife? The 3rd wife replied, I love my life too much, and I'm sorry I cannot go with you. And when you die, I'm going to be there. The 2nd wife has always been there for him in times of need. So he asked, would you accompany me to the afterlife? The second wife then replied, I'm sorry that I can't help you out this time, but what I can do is arrange your funeral and I will be there for you. A voice called out and said, I'll be with you and follow you wherever you go, even if it is to the afterlife. The king looked, and it was his first wife. But this was the wife that he took care of the least. He felt embarrassed and said, I'm sorry, I should have taken more care of you and given you more attention when I was alive. The moral of this story is that we all have 4 wives. Our 4th wife is our body. We like to decorate it with nice jewelry, nice clothing, but in the end, it can't follow us to the afterlife. The 3rd wife represents our possessions. We spend so much time trying to gather possessions, but in the end, they cannot follow us to the afterlife. They will be given to other people and divided, just like the 3rd wife said. The 2nd wife, our friends and family. We trust them. They're always there for us in times of need. But the furthest they can go with us is to our funeral and send us off. Our first wife represents our soul. We usually neglect taking care of our soul. That is the thing that will follow us to the afterlife. Care for your body. Keep it healthy. Enjoy your possessions and the comfort they provide. Cherish your friends and family for the love that they provide. But don't forget to take care of your soul, nourish your soul. Take time to be alone. Take time to pray. Take time to meditate, because it is the source of all of your life.
See, nice story. So we should take care about our first wife, the soul. And of course, we should take care about all other wives also. The body also, we should give as much as care so that it body can sustain and we can do devotional service. Let's see the 28th verse. I'll read myself. Yatha nadinam bahavo ambu vega samudrameva bimukhadravanti tatvatavami naraloka vira vishanti bhaktrani abhivinjvalanti. Translation. As the rivers flow into the sea, so all these great warriors enter your blazing mouths and perish. Yeah, Arjuna is continuing with that, how the rivers flows into the sea. So all the great war like that, the rivers will end once it merges in the sea. They're finished from that last point of the river. So in the same way, the kings and all, they are entering and they are perishing. When he is mentioned the kings, it represents only kings' bodies. Kings are souls, as Prabhupada explained in the previous few minutes back, they are changing their body. Like that we should understand. Okay, text number 29. Yatha pradiptam jwalanam patanga vishanti nasasya samudra vegaha tataiva nasasya vishanti loka tavapi vaktrani samudra vegaha. I see all people rushing with full speed into your mouths as the mouths dash into a blazing fire. See, if you put in olden days, when these currents and all, very rarely few people used to have, and other people, they used to have these oil lamps and kerosene lamps, some other things like that. That time, they light one, especially during the rainy season, they lighted diya, they light a light, and they'll keep it in one place. Because these worms and all, they'll get attracted, especially these mouths, they'll get attracted to light and they'll go near to the light. Because as soon as they enter the light, they'll die. Material attraction is like that. It attracts so much. I want. We also want to enjoy like this. As soon as we enter into material life, that's all finished. We are finished. Our spiritual life is finished. Prabhupada is telling like this. The doctor also will laugh. Not only the patient, but the doctors also. Doctor, no. They help him to put the thing in. He's pushing them in. Like fire, stoking the fire. Prabhupada, don't think that doctors will excuse. No, that is not possible. I think the conversation is continuing the same thing.
What happens to us when we die? All of us have faced this question at one time or another. Many shrug it off, considering the question unanswerable. The Vedic literature answers this profound question by outlining broad principles that shape the soul's journey after the body dies. It consists of 3 successive stages. 1. The soul leaves the present body. 2. It travels to the location of its next body. And 3. It enters the next body. 1. The soul's exit from the body. Vedic wisdom explains that death actually occurs when the soul permanently leaves the gross material body. At the time of death, the soul normally exits from one of the 9 holes in the body, which the Vedas refer to as the 9 gates: the 2 eyes, the 2 ears, the 2 nostrils, the mouth, and the 2 excretory organs. The Brihadaranyika Upanishad 4.4.1-2 describes the soul's departure. At the time of death, the area of his heart becomes lit, and by that light, the soul departs either through the eye, the head, or through other apertures of the body. And when he departs, the pranas, or life airs, follow him to his next destination. His knowledge and his deeds follow him, as does his previous wisdom, if not specific details of his former life. Souls that are spiritually evolved generally depart from one of the 7 holes in the head, whereas souls that have yet to sufficiently evolve depart from one of the 2 other holes. The point through which a soul departs indicates its next destination. The souls who depart through the holes in the head will continue on towards the higher, more evolved realms of the universe, whereas the souls who depart through the other holes are headed toward lower, less evolved realms. 2. The soul's journey to the next body. When the soul sets off on its journey to the next body, it is given a transitional body that is grosser than the subtle body and subtler than the gross body. Equipped with this body that the Vedic literature calls Preta, the soul is taken by nature's arrangement to its next destination. The soul often finds this journey painful because in its present condition, it is highly susceptible to pain. To help ease the soul's pain, the Vedic literatures like the Garuda Purana recommend that the relatives of the deceased person perform certain activities whose merit cushions the soul's onward journey. 3. The soul's entry into the next body. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 3.31.1, a classic of the Vedic library, outlines one of the typical pathways by which the soul enters the body. The soul is made to enter into the womb of a woman through the particle of male semen to assume a particular type of body. What determines our next body? Which body a particular soul gets is determined by the broad principles that underlie the mechanism of reincarnation. This soul, after having thrown away the old and useless body, makes unto himself newer and hopefully better bodies according to his previous actions, ability, and desires. The Bhagavad Gita 15.8 offers another metaphor to explain how the soul finds its next destination. Just as the air carries aromas, the soul carries its different conceptions of life from one body to another. And as we've already heard from the Bhagavad Gita 2.22, the body is like a piece of clothing for the soul. Reincarnation is therefore something like taking off an old suit and putting on a new one. Just as what suit we wear is usually determined by our taste and our budget, the soul's new suit is determined by its desires, its attachments, and the karma it has acquired.
Yeah, they've thrown good light to all of us. How the soul will get its next body according to its karma and desires, everything. Even though you have desires, if you don't have karma, you don't get that body. If you have karma, then only you'll get. It's just like a bank account. If you want to buy a car, a bench car of worth 1 crore rupees, but you have just got a bank balance of 10 lakhs, it's not possible. It's just like that. Okay, last verse for the today's class. Lili hasye grasamana samananta lokan samagran vadane rijwaladbihi tejo vir apurva jagat samagram bhashastavo graha pratapanta Vishnu. Translation: O Vishnu, I see you devouring all the people in your flaming mouths and covering the universe with your immeasurable rays, scorching the world. You are manifest. See, Arjuna is telling his last thing. I see you devouring all people in your flaming mouths. See, whoever is entering, all the armies, all the kings, both sides, they're entering into his mouths and they're entering into the flames inside his mouth and they're dying. Like that, Arjuna could witness. Arjuna witnessed all these things because Arjuna should know that whether Arjuna fights or Arjuna don't fight, all these people will die. Arjuna, just by listening to Krishna's words, and he can take a credit, that's all, and be as an instrument in the hands of Lord Krishna, and then take the credit, that's all. That is the duty of Arjuna. So I'll stop here. If anybody has got 1 or 2 questions, I'll try to answer. Any questions? Okay, I think no questions, right? Hello, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you.